Hello, my name is Annette DeVito Dabbs, and I'm a professor in the School of Nursing at the University of Pittsburgh. Today, I'd like to give you an overview of the Hub for Excellence in eHealth Research. As the director and speaking on behalf of the co-director, Dr. Young-Ji Lee. eHealth, as you know, is defined as the use of emerging information and communication technology to improve or enable health, well-being, and healthcare. This includes mHealth, which is a subsegment of eHealth and refers to the use of mobile communication, for example, mobile phones and apps for health and information. The eHealth Research Hub encompasses both of these rapidly growing fields. eHealth solutions hold promise for promoting health, well-being, and reducing disparities for individuals and groups. The overarching goals of the eHealth Hub are to provide an infrastructure to coalesce the efforts of researchers in the School of Nursing, our interdisciplinary colleagues, and our students who are conducting research in the eHealth space. Another goal is to share a range of methodologies and perspectives to promote the advancement of transdisciplinary science in eHealth. We also support the inclusion of patients and consumers in the co-creation of eHealth solutions to promote their health and well-being, and to support the development of students in training and new investigators who are building their research careers. There are certain underlying principles of the work of our teams, and this includes foremost are the ethical considerations of technologies, being aware of the potential benefits as well as the unintended consequences of technologies, and also being aware of the variation in availability, access, and acceptability of proposed solutions when it comes to the needs of individuals. Another principle is that our work is based on user-centered design, which is an approach that concentrates on involving end users, those for whom the technology is designed, in all phases of the design and evaluation process for the technologies to be ultimately useful, easy to use, acceptable, and help to achieve the intended health outcomes. For example, here are two photos of patients and researchers working together to give input and to involve them in the design of what might ultimately become an app or a web-based program. They're involved in every stage, from thinking about the priority of the need to be filled, as well as what platform might be the best to choose, and all the interfaces and everything that comes into the design. The transdisciplinary participants of our eHealth Hub lead research regarding the development and evaluation of eHealth technologies in all sorts of populations, settings, and using a variety of devices and platforms. The kinds of research questions that our project posed are: does eHealth promote better health outcomes? It's not a matter of just designing something, but does it really impact and make a difference on health outcomes? If so, even if it is effective, for whom is it effective and how is it working? We also look at what makes eHealth solutions acceptable and useful to patients, consumers, and clinical providers, again, by involving them not only in the upfront design, but also evaluating the efficacy and effectiveness after their launch. And then how to translate these solutions that might be deemed effective into real-world practice. I'd like to give you several examples of eHealth projects that are recently undertaken or currently underway. And these are projects that I've specifically chosen because they're led by Pitt nursing faculty. So the first is a project led by Dr. Jamie Zelazny, using technology to identify and manage suicidal risk in youth. This is a very timely topic, and You can see already by looking at the images how engaging the interface is for young people. And the young people were involved in the co-designing of this entire system and application to help identify over time who is demonstrating an increased risk for suicide. Next is the Health E-Librarian with personalized recommender called Helper. This is Dr. Youngji Lee, and there's a website that has been developed to help guide um, consumers and clinicians' desire for accurate and up-to-date information. Dr. Judy Callan is leading a project called CBT Mobile Work. This is cognitive behavioral therapy, a mobile app to support the kinds of work that you do under that therapy, such as setting goals, doing homework, communicating with your providers. But this is an example of how the eHealth Hub helps to mentor and support the growth of junior investigators to eventually get their own funding and contribute as a lead investigator. Another project is Dr. Dan Lee's project on automated pressure injury assessment via image processing technology. Dr. Sharon Perchownik has been leading a long-term project for young women with diabetes to learn to manage their health as well as prepare for childbearing and a healthy offspring. This is one of my projects called Pocket Path, Pocket Personal Assistant for Tracking Health. And this is a handheld mobile app for patients to monitor their health and to send it wirelessly to the clinicians at a central location, and then to promote the discussion about how a condition is currently being managed, whether there's some worrisome trends, and how to come to a mutual agreement about how to proceed with the management of their health. Dr. Laura Burke is conducting a series of studies. This one is the latest one called Smarter, where a participant uses an app that she developed with her team to monitor diet, exercise, and weight, and to help them manage and either maintain weight or lose weight. So we welcome partnerships with new entities, new interest groups that would promote your priorities and our initiatives, and hopefully establish some relationships where we could come up with mutual goals to leverage technology to promote health and well-being.